Hey, what's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Right back at you. Right back at y'all. Superboy J Quill. And you know I don't go live. I don't go live this much, but I had to come right back at y'all. I had to come right back at y'all because this need to be talked about, man. It's gonna get to the point where as though the truckers gonna be like, man, just elf it, man, and just stop. Now, once you start getting the bigger companies and the smaller companies behind this and start pushing for better rates for truckers, you just have to shut it down, man. Just totally have to shut it down to get to that point. Now, see, once it gets to the point where it reaches the ports, now, me, I'm in out the ports every day, right? Once it gets to the points where the shutdown start affecting the ports, that's when it's going to be a major problem out here. Once the ports get to shutting down, that's it. That's it. Because see, most of the time, most of us with the port, we don't get paid. We don't get paid. We get paid by the load. We get paid by the load or by whatever the rate is. Now, once you start switching and giving the port drivers the run the road or paying us by the mile, that's when it's going to be a major effect. A major effect with big corporations. So if you include a port and a shutdown, you're going to have a big ass problem. It's going to be a major problem. But because the ports pay, we play a major key to the dynamics of the trucking industry. Now, when it comes down to ports getting certain rates, we won't do it. We just won't do it. And that's just the honest truth. But it comes down to owner operate with their own authorities, running their own numbers, and running trailers. If you put that with the port drivers like myself that haul containers, if we say no, we put a major dent in everything that goes on right now. The ports bust the rail, but the ports, we pull majority of 80% that going on right now. So because if we don't make it to these warehouses, these big trucks won't get those loads. They won't get them. So people just say, well, container drivers are peer rats and they got raggedy trucks. They don't respect nobody. Nah, because if you got to understand, we be in the ports 8-10 hours a day. You talking about a shutdown, most of the time we get locked in these ports 8-10 hours, 12 hours a day. People in the ports getting ran over. Since I've been in these ports, I done seen 5 bodies on the ground inside these ports, which they never talk about. They never talk about what we go through in these ports. Now, if you want to talk about the ports or how the ports are run, most of these ports, I know Jersey ports, New York ports are very unsafe. Very unsafe. Want to talk about it, we can talk about it. You come inside these ports in Jersey, New York, they got rules and regulations, but they don't give a damn. If you get hurt in these ports, they will leave that body on the ground for 8 hours. You get ran over in these ports, you on them grounds for 8 hours. Ain't nobody coming to get you in those ports off those grounds, not in New Jersey, not in New York. These ports are dangerous for most of these truckers in here. You talking about 1,000 trucks in one port at a time, and you got drivers frustrated. You ain't got nowhere to eat. You ain't got nowhere to pee. You ain't got nowhere to take a shit. You ain't got nowhere to maneuver. You sitting up in these ports hours at a time. You got different drivers, you got different races in these ports. All different races, all different communities in these ports. So if you want to go through a shutdown, yeah, you go through a shutdown, you shut down these ports, and you see how much we make a big dent, a change up in here, man. I'm telling you, keep real talk with y'all. These ports are very unsafe. Salute, Mr. T. These ports are very unsafe. Now, I don't know about California ports. I know a little bit about Philly. Philly in this dangerous Jersey. I don't know nothing about South Carolina, Georgia, none of these big major ports, but I know about New Jersey, New York. And New Jersey, New York Port Authority. Very unsafe for drivers in the port. You come in these ports, there's no medevac for us in these ports. We got no medic station. We don't have doctors coming out. We don't have None of that in these ports. If you get ran over in these ports, your ass is straight dead. Many of bodies in the ports done dropped in the ports since I've been in these ports, and they have you on that ground, man. There's no food services in these ports. There's no bathroom facilities in these ports. Most of these drivers in these ports, either they in a truck, I'm keeping 100. If they in a truck peeing in a bottle or taking a dump in a plastic bag, throwing it out the window, man. Most of these truck drivers jump out the port, they're peeing in front of anybody. They'll take a dump on the ground. And I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. These ports, man, some of these ports are nasty, man. They would spend billions of dollars to put back in these ports, but they won't put a bathroom. Nah, they got porta-johns. And the porta-johns got a lock because you got port workers. It's not allowing the drivers to take a piss inside the port. They don't have bathroom facilities for us, man. We ain't got nowhere to wash our hands in these ports. We ain't got nowhere we could go sit down and eat and have a snack in these ports. They got everything for the workers, for the longshoremen, but coming into these Jersey ports, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's a dog-eat-dog world, man. You come into these Jersey ports, you like an inmate with a number. It's a dog-eat-dog world in these ports, man. So for the owner-operators to be out there right now, going through what they're going through, man, salute to them. We go through what we go through in these ports, and these ports is terrible, man. These ports are very unsafe, man. No respect for the workers in here. The workers are highly disrespectful. They will curse you out in the minute in these ports, man. You go in these ports, act like you don't speak no English. They very disrespectful to come down to the Spanish community in these ports, man. They don't give a damn about you, man. You go inside of Sealand. Sealand want to give you a test, so now you take a test to the port, and you got to follow rules and regulations, and they'll put you out the port. They're not really trying to help you in these ports, man. Either you know or you don't. So when you come in these ports, you better get a big school on these ports. Watch some videos on these ports. I got a few videos up on coming into Sealand. Breaking down. Sealand is pretty much APM. 88. Then you go into Mar Terminal, 64. You go into 51. PNCT, 50. PNCT, Port Milton Terminal is pretty much 51. You go into Global Terminal, Jersey City. Most of these ports you go into, there's really nothing to guide you in these ports. So if you get hurt, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. They tell you wear safety jacket. They pick and choose who they want to give violations to in these ports. So when you come into these ports in New Jersey, be careful, man. You got Staten Island, Red Hook, raggedy ass ports, man. Raggedy ports. So nobody got to respect you in here. And as a driver to these work to the longshoremen, and then you like pretty much a piece of trash. They talk to you how they want to talk. They tell you how they want to talk to you, man. You come in these ports in here for 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day. Right now the ports are so backed up. I'm about to go down. I wish I could show you the video. As soon as I get down here, I got to sit outside the street for 3 hours just to get in the port. Now, once I get in the port, that's another 3 hours. You spend 6-8 hours a day sometimes. But they back it up where they want to back it up. It ain't because the drivers back it up. The port workers, the longshoremen back these ports up. Then they computers shutting down. It's a lot that goes on in the port, which I don't know about, man. What y'all don't know about, what they try to do is keep it brushed under, man. So if anybody in these ports get hurt, you would never know about it, man. You would never know that drivers in these ports are actually getting killed in these ports, getting ran over by machine, equipment. They had a driver in the port passed out a year ago, PNCT 51. He fainted on the ground, died of a heart attack. They left that man on the ground for 9 hours, man. They left that man on the ground. Trucks round by, drivers don't give a damn. Drivers looking at him like he pump faking. The little white cars drive by, don't nobody pick him up on the ground, but they realized after 7 hours, this man was dead. They left him on the ground. Man. Nobody came over there and checked to see if he was okay. It shut the whole port down. People don't understand what we go through in these ports, man. They left that man on the ground. A couple years ago, he'll tell you a couple years ago, in Global Terminal, 2 Asian guys standing between a chassis. The guy was gapping the lane. He pulled forward, pulled up. One of the Asian guys got crushed. The other one legs got bent back. It was 105 degrees outside. They left them men on the ground for damn near 10 hours because it was too many trucks in the port for Port Authority to come get them. They stayed on that hot 100-degree ground. They stayed on that hot-ass ground for damn near 8 hours, man. One guy died. The other one, they got him up out of there for 8 hours on that hot-ass ground. It's a lot that goes on in ports that nobody want to talk about. So I understand if you out there running your own trailer and the shit you going through, we go through a lot too. Now, see, I don't own a chassis. I own a truck. But there's a lot that goes on in these ports that don't nobody want to talk about. Nobody want to talk about goes on in the port. Now, because the ports try to keep everything hush. The port is hush-hush in the port. You're in the port, you ain't supposed to talk about no cameras, no phones, or this and that. Nah, man, let me tell you something. The ports make up their rules every day. You ain't got no win in these ports. No win in these ports. Staten Island ports was bought up by Global. You go to Global, you can be in there sometime in Global for 8 hours, but you're sitting there, man. And y'all, some people say, well, how y'all make money in these ports? Like me, I bring it empty down, load up, empty down. So I ain't really got to deliver it too far, but most of the guys that got to go pick up and go out to Pittsburgh, go out to Ohio, Cincinnati, Chicago, go down to Cali, you sit in them ports for a long ass time just to get a load, man. Like, guys get mad, man. You dealing with people in the port. Most of the guys in the port most of them don't speak no English, but that's no disrespect to them. But it's not really that transparent in these ports. They wanted to be transparent and want to have you thinking that, oh, you come in these ports, you were safe. Nah, you ain't safe, man. They get you in these ports, you get a C-Link and a twig. That's a joke, too. That's a joke to get you to spend some money. So if you get out here and say, well, they shut down the ports, I'm telling you something. But years ago when Baltimore shut down years ago, made a big dent on how everything runs in these ports. The same thing with California. But if you try to get Jersey port to shut down, that's not going to happen because you still got the companies like Amazon coming to the port. J.B. Hunt's are coming to the port. You got a lot of these major carriers now are coming to the port, but they thinking it's easy because they sitting in that shit with us. They sit up in there with us. You know, Amazon got you thinking, oh, well, you run it under you get your own authority, get your own chassis. Nah, if you run under Amazon and anybody coming in the ports, believe me, man, there's no preference. You're not going to get special services coming in the port, no, because you run it from a big carrier. You're going to sit your ass in there for 8-9 hours a day. Depends on what port you're going to. Now, if you go to Sealand, you got an appointment number. Now, the appointment number somewhat seem what to run smooth, but if you go in any, like 64, any other port, and the ports are backed up, man, you forget about it, man. You're going to be in here with us. So if you got plans, one thing about dealing with these ports, or just being a trucker anyway, you better not never have plans if you got plans for your family. Because that's one thing about the trucking industry that a lot of these big companies and a lot of these techs and a lot of these politicians don't talk about. We give all of our time to these trucks, to the industry, and don't give time back to us. The trucking industry don't love these truckers. Y'all think that shit? Y'all gladly mistaken, man. If y'all think that the trucking industry love the truckers, they don't love you. The trucking industry don't care about you, man. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. All they care about is those wheels spinning. If the wheels not spinning, you ain't making no money, bruh. If the wheels ain't spinning, ain't nobody making no money out here. Nobody. So you gotta get out here and get your butt in the truck and get the wheels spinning, man. Because the wheels get spinning, you're making no money. What they say, man? Hey, if you don't walk, you don't eat. That's how it works out here in the trucking industry. The trucking industry don't care about you, man. You can have 4 trucks and make that $1 million a year. At the end of the year, you still got to pay that all back, man. So when people get out here and say, well, I made $5,000 at the end of the week. See, that's the game. That's the game. I don't never tell nobody about the money part. Now, you get out here and somebody say, well, I'm doing good. I don't know about them truck drivers out there crying. They just crying. They ain't hustlers. You get out here and make $4,000 a week, right? 4,000. Now, mind you, I just said I spent this morning, I spent $990 on 160 gallons, right? So now they say they made you 5. You take that 9 from that 5,000. Now the number getting smaller. Now you're down to 4. Now you still got, and that's only going to last me, 3 days? 3.5 days? So $990, 160 gallons lasts me 3 days, 3.5 days. So now you take that plus tolls, plus wear and tear, you ain't bringing home no $5,000. Man, you lucky to make $2,000 at the end of the week because you got a spacer and you still got your rent, your mortgage, you still got, if your kids are in school, they're out of school, you got babies, you still got a wife, you still got responsibilities. So for them to sit out there and say that, and you pay, and you have your own authority, that own authority come with, that's a big knot at the end of the day. You must pay that $2,000 or $2,300 a month. You got to pay that. So with somebody out here telling you they making all of this money driving the truck, and with the racer now, you're a damn lie, man. You a lie. I tell you in your face, you lying. If you out here saying, oh, you got your own authority and you running 3 trailers and you making all this money, nah, man, cap. They be out here capping for a lot of y'all. So what they do, they get on YouTube and make these videos so you get out there and go buy a truck and you realize you can't pay that truck payment. You realize you can't eat out here. So what you do? Hey, man, they come get the truck, man. Now your credit jacked up. They come get the truck. And a lot of people be capping, man. Don't believe half of what you get out here, man. A lot of these keep you out here capping. Only thing I do know about containers, we always get, it's constant work in containers. Rail boxes and containers is always constant work. Half the work ain't that good, half of it is good. Depends on who you running with, depends on the rate they're giving you, depends on the load, the price of the load they're giving you. But other than that, you get with some companies, man, robbing you, man. Most of these companies out here, they get them, you be in the port for 8 hours, right? They say, well, you give me 2 hours, I'll give you the 8 hours back. They give you the 8 hours, give you 6 hours back. They want to pay you $50. They want to pay you $50 to sit in the port for 8 hours, man, 6 hours. $50. Ain't no money. Ain't no money there. You better just go home, man. So knowing that you getting that, you be mad as hell. You be mad out here like, man, you ain't paying me no money, man. It's a lot that goes on with this. A lot. But then you say, well, why keep driving the truck? Because it's the only freedom you really got from the real world, man. To be in the truck and just, hey, man, I got a lot of time thinking about some stuff out here, man. So y'all got to keep it honest with yourself, man. Getting out here driving trucks and trying to get your own authority. Getting your own authority comes with a lot of thinking, a lot of planning. You're going to jump out the window and get your own authority. You better make sure you're sitting on about 30 grand in the bank, 50 grand in the bank. You got collateral in the bank. You better make sure when you get your own authority, you got a shorty at home, you got a wife at home, you got support that's going to back you on the back end, because when you get your own authority, you don't start really seeing that money. You got to give it up like a month. Some of these people don't even want to pay you. You do low for Jamie Hunt and put in the wrong invoice, and Jamie Hunt ain't even going to pay you. Oh, you messed up on the invoice. I need another invoice from you. Just a lot that goes on when you got your own authority and you go out there and get yourself a 53-foot trailer or a 40-foot trailer. Then they might tell you, well, we don't need that trailer because you got a fiberglass roof, or you need a metal roof, or you need a reefer, or you need a heated trailer. It's a lot that goes on with that. You gotta do the numbers. You gotta get out here and understand what you're doing. So you gotta put everything on the table and say, well, I got 30, 50 grand in the bank. I got a liable truck. I got liable resources. Now let me get out here, but you gotta crawl before you walk. And everybody want to get out here and think, I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm make 100 grand a year. You gonna make 100 grand a year. That's the easy part. But you gotta learn how to take home or hold some of that. You got to put truck money away, maintenance money away. It's a lot that goes on when you're out here as an owner operator. It's a lot. You got to have a truck fund. You got to have a maintenance fund. You got to have money stored away just in case some shit happen. You know, because you got mechanics out here that's just going to rob you. So now you out there spurts and you buy a new car. You got all this stuff going on. You tricking your money off. The motor blow because of everything high now. You might got to wait. If you got a Mac, you might have to wait for the trans to come overseas. So now you sitting back like, damn, I need a motor job. Motor job done went up. 15 grand, 20 grand, 22 grand. You got that money, you just bought that Benz. You just tricked off on that money in the club. You got that money, you had the go-go boy tricking out on chasing these strippers in the club. So now, you got blown turbo, $3,800. $3,800. $4,000 for a turbo. You ain't got the money for that because you don't tricked off for the money. It's a lot that comes with this. Where though, if you were smart enough to understand that, if you take the turbo out the truck, you get a core. You get a core up to $1,000. You take the turbo back yourself, get that same turbo back for $4,000, or you charge you $38, get it back for $2,800. Take the turbo back, get the turbo for like $2,800. Then you take it to the mechanic and you saved off the back end. But if you don't know that, the mechanic is going to take that car back, charge you $4,000. He take the car back and get an extra $1,000 in his pocket. So he done made $5,000 off you because you sitting up here thinking that I ain't got to do nothing. I'm going to buy a truck. I'm going to drive a truck. I'm going to make money with the truck. And a mechanic can kill you, man. Every kickback that mechanic can get for the core of a part, he going to keep it and still charge your dumb ass the full rate. You better believe it, man. So if you're going to get out here as an owner operator, you better buckle down. You better learn this game, man. Learn the game. Because the game, I'm going to tell you something, it'll suck you dry here, man. It'll suck you dry. I know, 29 years of being out here, man, it will suck you dry, but a lot of people don't see that, man. Y'all don't want to hear this part of the game. Or y'all want to hear this old fool up here talking like he don't want nobody to make no money. Now, I want you to make all the money you can, man. But learn that the trucking industry right now is going downhill. And it's going downhill fast. So if we don't come together as container drivers and trailer drivers and company drivers, if we don't come together as flatbed drivers, car haulers, dump trucks, garbage haulers, if we don't come together as overweight haulers, if we don't come together in the trucking industry as a whole, we is done out here. We done. And I just keep it in 100 with y'all, man. We don't come together as a whole, we done. We can't wait for these small shippers. We can't wait for these big company corporations. We can't wait for them to grab our hand, man. We got to say no and stop. Just got to say no. I don't want that. I'm not taking that. Don't go to work, man. Just say no. We can protest and go block up some bridges and go down and go block up Fox News, and we can do all of that. But if you're going to do that, just pull up. Don't announce it. Just pull up, man. Just pull up. Don't announce it. Just pull up. Because it's a lot we going to do out here, man. And we not getting the support, man. We not getting the support from the people. That's one thing we not doing. We not getting support from the people out here. Because everybody nowadays, you got more commercials talking about suing a truck driver than anything. How many commercials you seen about trucking accidents and suing a damn truck driver? You see them all the time. All the time. You see them all the time, man. So we gotta support each other, man. We gotta support each other out here. Because at the end of the day, as a trucking industry, as a trucking community, we pretty much lost, man. There's nothing out here for us after that. Now, I could be tired right now and say, well, I'm done with it, man. Jump into an F4, jump into an F350 pickup and just run around, man, and just chill out. But hey, I like what I do. I have a passion about what I do. You gotta have a passion about something you like to do in life, and you will stick at it, man. It won't kill you. So, hey, if I could bring some of the game to the younger people, man, and teach y'all something, hey, take what I'm telling y'all, man, and learn from it. So if you jump out doing it right now, you get your CDL license, don't be in a rush to get your own truck. Listen to what's going on. Don't be in a rush. Learn the game. Stay in the business for 2 years. Learn this game. So when you do jump out the window and you do get buy your own truck and you do get your own authority, then you will know the game. You'll know how to maneuver the game. And that's no disrespect to a lot of truckers that got their own authority. But most of the people that got their own authority jumped out the window, man. They jumped out the window. And that's no disrespect to them, but a lot of them jumped out the window, and then when they got their own authority, when they got their own trailer, and look what happened. They get stuck. You keep taking that cheap rate. Now that cheap rate come back around, you don't want it no more. And that plays a big part into the game too. A lot of truckers went out there and got cheap rate. They took the cheap rate, now they don't want the cheap rate. They don't want it now. You're dealing with these brokers that act like they're your friend, a broker. Shit, / broke. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna deal with a broker and get broke. And come broke. I know the game, man. I know the game. I've been out here for a long time. I've been out here for a long time. I'm not sitting here just telling y'all some shit. That's why I get discouraged, y'all. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from getting out here and doing what they gotta do. But if you're gonna get out here, at the end of the day, at least learn the trucking industry. Learn it. Learn it. Learn it. I'm keeping 100 with y'all. Just learn the trucking industry, man. You're going to need it out here. Yeah, the game out here is different. different out here. You got all of these big buildings going up, but the rate ain't going up. You see what I'm saying, right? All around New Jersey, all around New York, you go up and down 95, you got all these big buildings going up, but the rate ain't going up. Insurance going up like crazy. Insurance going up, but the rate ain't going up. Fuel don't went up, the rate ain't going up. Fuel don't went up, the miles ain't going up. The miles are still the same. This is what they want to pay you. This is what they want to pay you as a truck driver. They wish they could go back and pay you $15 an hour. Now, when COVID came in, the rates was decent. When COVID came in, they was begging people to take these rates. They was trying to give you top dollar when COVID came in. When COVID came in, you had the opportunity to say no, and they was giving you more money when COVID came in. As soon as COVID died out, they said, nah. They came back, and they raped the trucking industry. They came back and took all that money back. Now, COVID died out, and what happened now? They didn't want to pay you. They don't want to pay you. It's sad. COVID came in, that was a wrap. COVID came in and left, that's it. So as a whole, we got to stick together. You know, as company drivers and owner-operators, we have to stop beefing with each other. We have to stop comparing different things with each other. We have to bond together on this. Because at the end of the day, you ain't have enough company drivers to get out here and do this. What up, DJ? DJ, what's going on with you, bro? Hey, I see you in the building. I see you in the building, bro. I see you in the building, man. But like I was saying, we all gonna have to come together and bond on this, man. So we can get the container drivers, the bond with the owner operators that's on the road, shuffling and moving his freight around. Hey, man, that's what's called a power structure, man. So we're gonna have to try to at least get all together, at least talk about it, man, and make some things happen. Because like they said, well, if you talk about it, ain't nothing gonna happen. But now if you talk about it, you put the bug out there, everybody started listening because now you have social media to where though you can dig through it. I know that social media can be a poison, right? It can be a poison, but then sometimes it can be helpful too. Like most of the stuff we don't know about is out here now. Back in the day, we didn't have social media, so when truck drivers said they want to go on strike, then it was just word of mouth. But now, it's out there for us all to see and catch up on it right now. So we all need to come together and support this, man. So like I said earlier in the live, if you down in NYC right now and you see a convoy of trucks down there, hey, support the truckers, man. If you down in NYC right now and you down there in Manhattan somewhere and you see a bunch of truckers out there, walk up on the truck drivers, man, and give them a cup of coffee, man. Show them your love and your support, man. That's all we asking. Show your love and support out here. You down there, show your love and support. But it doesn't look like they did it. Cause hey, DJ, man, I was looking, man. I ain't see nothing, man. Be honest with you, man. I was looking, I ain't see anything. Yeah, I was looking, man. I tried to find something on Fox News. Even in the sweatshop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, I was looking, man. I ain't seen anything, man. I ain't seen it. I went on Fox News, DJ. I was trying to look. I was trying to find something, man. Hey, I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know, but drop the link. See you come up. But I ain't seen anything, brother. I've been looking and searching. I ain't seen anything, so I don't know what's wrong with that. Like I said, man, that's the point out there. If the port shut down, New Jersey and New York, but New Jersey alone in New York, especially New Jersey has one of the most biggest ports up here on the northeast quarter. We have the biggest port up here, the biggest port. So you got Sealand, you got Mart Terminal, you got Port North, you got American Stevedore, you have Global Terminal, you have Staten Island, you have Red Hook. So we have one of the biggest ports down here. So we was just shut down out here. Hey, we moved some mountains around here, man. But that'd be hard though. That'd be hard to shut it down. Everything going up but the money. You know, like I know, DJ. Everything is going up but the money, bro. Everything is going up but the money, bro. They're not paying nothing, man. But that's one thing I do know about the ports is that we say no a lot, bro. We say no a lot. We most of the time we do force their hand when they come out to the ports. Most of the time we try to make it work. So a lot of drivers down here is running, but they say, you know, y'all got a lot of raggedy ass trucks in the port. You ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of raggedy trucks in the port. The ports ain't stopping them from coming in. Because the money they generate coming out these ports, that's like right now, if I go in here and get a container that's sitting in demurrage, a demurrage can run for anywhere from $100 to $3,000 to get a box out the port. So it'll run you anywhere like that, man. So is they losing? Nah, these ports is making a killing down here, man. So if you go ahead and shut them down, they'll lose like $1 billion a day down here in these ports. See, that's the effect that we can have on the industry if we all just come together and stick together. The ports come together and say, you know what? That's unite with the owner operators and shut it down. Well, the thing is this: if you have a C-Link, if you have a C-Link and a TWIC, or you get a C-Link and a TWIC, any company will put you on. You know, but if you want a decent company that'll put you on, you got a lot of them out there. But the company I'm leased on to is Narrow Enterprise. So, but if you can get a C-Link and a TWIC, to get into the ports, you're gonna definitely the Jersey ports, you're gonna definitely need a C-Link and a TWIC card. You're gonna definitely need that coming in Jersey ports. So it's a lot of companies out there that will put you on. You got BTT, you got oh man, you got Evans. There's a lot of companies out there, but a decent company. Yo, go ahead, man. Look at all stupid, bro. Go ahead. Oh, you have a TWIC? So you're gonna need to get a C-Link. You're gonna need to get a C-Link. So you can apply for a container company, and I don't know where you at in Jersey, but you can apply with any container company, and they will send you with the TWIC card. It's $25. They will pay for the TWIC card. No, they'll pay for the C-Link for you. So the C-Link card is $25. Once you get it, they're gonna have to link it on with your TWIC. So your TWIC and your C-Link are gonna become one. So you can definitely get it. So whatever company you choose to get on with, they would definitely put you on. You got Ironbound down here. You have no, I ain't gonna take Ironbound trash, but you got Ironbound. You got Lano Lake. You got Evans. You got BTT. You got CBB. You have Espo. You know, you can get on with Espo. There are a few companies down here you can definitely get on with, but you're gonna need a TWIC. Oh, you down there by Camden? All right. Companies down there by Camden. Man, I just said, you got a couple down there by Camden. You got All Logistics. What else you got? You got MRZ. You have, what's the one that Bushwhacker drive for? You got a couple of them down there. And all you need is a SingLink. Once you get a SingLink, you're good. Man, these fools over here. Yeah, let me go around these fools. That's all you need is a SingLink. Then you come in, you know. And you're doing better than most, because most people can't even get a TWIC card. You have your own truck or your company driver? Or you're looking to get on as a company driver? You got a lot of companies in the port. I can name a few, but they drive by, but see, that's one thing I like about containers. With containers, you home every day. You ain't on the road running containers. Then you got company, you got Intermodal. They're big company down here. You got Intermodal. You got what's the other one? APZ. They do a lot of work. Oh, you with Warner? Yeah. Nah, you could get it. You can get on a container company and get a SingLink card. You home every night. Containers home every night, and you get paid every week. You ain't even got to be on the road like that. You don't have to be on the road like that. You got 1 year experience. No, you straight. Over the road, you straight. You know, you don't have to be home like that. You know, I'm gonna teach you not. You know, like Narrow Enterprise. Now I'm leased on the Narrow Enterprise, and they looking for company drivers. They looking for company drivers too. So, and they will put you in a new KW, new P. You know, they pay. They got benefits. They Narrow have benefits. They pay you by the hour. And you run in and out the ports. If you don't mind running in and out the ports, you can apply with Narrow Enterprise. All you gotta do is call Tony. I have to speak to Tony Narrow or Brian, and Brian Zykes, and let them know what's going on. You know, as long as you got a year experience, you good. So if you can talk to Narrow Enterprise, you can call, like I said, call Tony or call Brian Zykes, and let them know you got a year and you got it. You have a TWIC card. Then you don't mind going in the port. They put you in a new truck. Most of the time, depend if you got somewhere to park the truck, they'll let you take the truck home. You know, or they'll tell you exactly you can park it in North. You know, if you got somewhere to park it in Canada, most of the time they will let you take the truck home. They don't have a problem doing it. Hey, what up, bro? What up, bro? What's up? You the money man, huh? What up, Charlie? Then you got a University trucking too. I know. Hey, where you going? 64? You going to 64? Go ahead. All right, he going to 64. Yeah, so that's all you gotta do is you can contact Narrow, NARO, Narrow Enterprise. Give them a call and see what they say. See if they can help you. You know, if anything, just say they know you told me. Just tell them. Give them a call and tell them. They put you on. Oh, he going to side. What's the name? He going to side Sealand. Y'all gotta go around. Y'all gotta go around yourself. Oh, you thought about dump trucks? Now, see, I don't have a problem with dump trucks. It's just that dump trucks on the New Jersey Turnpike, they pull you over too fast. You know, dump trucks get a bad rap sometimes. That's all. But I don't have a problem with dump trucks. You can make easy money with dump trucks, but dump trucks pay by the ton. So you gotta do at least a couple, like 2 loads a day, depends on where they got you going. But they pay by the ton. So dump trucks ain't too bad. But if you run the Jersey Turnpike, you run the back roads, you gotta make sure if you run with a company, you gotta make sure you don't have no hydraulic leaks. You gotta make sure all of your brakes are up to par. You gotta make sure that center axle wheel that moves, you gotta make sure it ain't bouncing all over the place. It's stabilized. You got decent tires on the truck. If that's the only thing with dump truck, you have to stay on the equipment because that center tire that's in the middle, it ain't supposed to be wobbling or moving. That's supposed to be pretty much stationary. And when you got to load, you got to have that center axle on the ground. You got to have it on the ground. That center wax when on the ground and you get pulled over, what they're going to end up doing, he done ran right through the light. What they're going to end up doing, they're going to pull you over and give you a ticket. So that's the only thing. So you can make out with a dump truck. Definitely make out with a dump truck. They pay good, but you got to make sure when you drive for somebody, you got to be anal on the pre-trip inspection. Make sure you watch that, because what happens is if you get a ticket in the dump truck, they're going to try to give you that ticket. So that ticket goes on your license, your CSS score. So get on, just be careful with anything. You drive for somebody, make sure the equipment's up to par. You know, if you can write everything down, try to take it off you, because the DOT sometimes will put that ticket in your name, and you're going to bite the bullet on that. You will bite the bullet on that. So just make sure everything is up to par, and make sure those center axles on the ground and you got decent tires on that truck. So dump trucks ain't too bad. You know, you got a PTO in there. Make sure you ain't got no leaks, no air leaks, none of that crazy shit. You know, I done drove them all. I done drove them all the car carrier. I used to haul cars from BMW out of South Carolina to Maine, South Carolina to New Hampshire, South Carolina up to Vermont. You know, I done pulled tankers from North New Jersey all the way up to Sacramento, California. You know, had loads of acid out to Sacramento. So the only thing I never did, oversized. I never did oversized and garbage, but I did tankers. I ran hazardous acid across 3,000 miles out. I hauled containers up to Washington State, to Tacoma, Washington, to the port. I hauled tankers all the way down, and what was that? Katrina. I done took tankers down there in the water, all the way down to Texas. I done did all of that. Yeah, so, you know. I'm going to tell you, some car haulers, they pay good. Now, if you could get on hauling cars, they pay good. You look at, a company driver hauling cars, you can start anywhere from $80,000 to $90,000 a year. So if you could get in hauling cars, salute to that. They pay pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap on that. Car haulers pay good. They pay good. Most of them, see, the thing is this, the cheaper cars pay the most. Don't have nobody think, oh, I want to haul Mercedes, BMWs and all of that. No. The cheaper cars, them Hondas, Toyotas, the cheaper cars pay the most. They pay real good. Cheaper cars pay good. Because if you start hauling expensive cars and you scratch those cars, they take that car out your pay. You strap them down wrong, you get a nip on them, yeah, they take that money. Leave that. So them cheaper cars, they do pay. Car haulers make good money. So you make anywhere from 80 to 90 grand to start. So you be out with that. They used to have a fleet car, but they went out of business. Now you got Tribeca and you got Road. You got a couple of them out there, but and BMW, but you make some money hauling cars. You just got to be careful and take your time. You know, you gotta get out there in the opening. Then you got to get 11 cars or 10 cars. You got to walk around and line all the cars up, put them on a rack, one by one, strap them all down, raise them up, put them all on, strap them all down, bring the top down. That's it. You'll make some money with them. I like car hauling. I did car hauling for a year. I drove for BMW. I used to run from South Carolina to New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, Rhode Island. I jumped out. I went and bought a truck after that. I hauled cars and went and bought my own truck. I didn't buy a car hauler. I bought my first truck was a 99 Freightliner Century class. So I like car hauling. Car hauling make money. I just wanted my own truck. That's all. If a car hauler make money, you'll make some money on the cars. Big money. You'll definitely make out pretty good hauling cars. So hauling cars make decent money. Decent money, good benefits. Most of them home every night. It's just a lot of work. It's a hustle. Like if it's pouring down rain or snow, you gotta get out there. Only thing about hauling cars, if you like in Baltimore, you in New Jersey, sometimes you have to walk. A car hauler parking lot is like down there like 7 miles long. It's big, so you have to walk, get the cars, and you have to bring them all back. You have to line them up, you know, and you have to get them on there. So you have to take your time and you have to have patience for them. But you can make money, haul them, come back, load them up the night before, get up in the morning, go drop them off. You know, so you can make money doing it. You give yourself a month doing it, you'll be a professional running in and out. But just take your time, though. Take your time. All the cars you can make some decent money doing it. can make some decent money on the cars. If you can get on with ShopRite, yeah, you can definitely get on with them. You know, nowadays, see, back then it used to be they chained everything down, and because of the chains, they was damaging the quarter fenders, they was damaging the rims. So now what they do, everything is strapped down now. You just strap the tires down. Make sure you strap down all four corners of the rim. You know, don't be one strap to the left, right, one strap to the back, left. Nah, you want to strap everything down. And don't get, you see a nice car, some people want to get big headed and all that. Be careful with that too, because I don't see people drive haul cars and get out of state. They take the car off the rack, go to the club in the car, and what happened? Car get missing, get stolen, and you end up tearing that car up. Nah, I don't get that. I don't see people steal cars from being 740s. No wild shit, but not saying that you're gonna do, but sometimes you get into these cars, it's overwhelming half the time. But get into a Porsche worth $100,000, you be like, oh man, this is something different, So you be all right with that. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you don't work out, stay working out, because you got to get in these windows. I done seen big guys get in these windows, so you got to be able to get in and out these cars when you're on that rack. So take care of yourself while you're out there. Eat right, try to work out, take care of yourself, and you've been in this game for a long time. I've been out here for a while. No diabetes, no sugar, not overweight. So I've been out here for a while, and you gotta take care of yourself and eat right. You gotta eat right. Sleeping, that's hard. Yeah, that's always been my problem. I probably sleep 4 hours a day. That's always been my problem. But you get out here, you eat right, you take care of yourself, you'll survive in this game. Most of the time, this trucking game, it'd be the end of most of us. Overweight, stress. Stress will kill you more than anything. Stressing about bills, stressing about what's going on in your family life, stressing about what you can't get to, what you can't finish, what you can't do because you in the truck. Try to keep stress to a minimum. When you're out here in this trucking game, keep stress to a minimum. Keep it down to a minimum. You don't want to be out here stressing driving a truck. That ain't no good for your heart. It's not good for your stomach. That'll put pain and pressure on your chest. You got everything in the world going on, and you in the truck. Nah, you don't want to bring stress in the you don't want to bring stress in the truck. I always tell people, don't do that. Man, so those are brakes. Brakes are shouting at Jackson. LTL. Old Dominion. ABF. Yeah, I drove for Conway. Conway now is XPO. I drove for Conway for 8 years. I pulled doubles for 8 years for Conway Central Express, which now is SPO. Yeah, you'll make out. Old Dominion been around for a long time. Great company. Old Dominion, a great company. ABF, they're okay. You got like yellow and red star, and they merged now with yellow and something else. But Old Dominion, decent company. SPO, decent company. You'll make out with them. I did LTL for 8 years. I used to run when I wasn't pulling doubles, I was running North, East Rutherford, North, East Rutherford, Husses County, Essex County. So I did that for 8 years. If I wasn't pulling doubles at night, I was doing LTL in the morning. So LTL freight, you'll make out. Old Dominion, they've been around for a long time. They haven't merged yet. They only still one company. They got decent tractors, decent equipment. The only thing about dealing with, if you're going to pull doubles, you're going to have to work the dock. That's the only thing with LTL. You got to load up your own trailer. Then you got to hit the street, go outside, and then unload it and make pickups. So LTL ain't bad at all. LTL is not bad. I did that for 8 years. So LTL ain't bad. It ain't bad. I pulled doubles. I used to love pulling doubles. I used to love coming around that corner swinging that kite. But I done did truck. I was in truck rodeos. I done did a couple of truck rodeos. I done did 2 truck national championships. Hey, man, I used to be a diehard company driver back then. I was a diehard company driver. So LTL ain't bad. LTL is not bad. Then I had one truck. I kept there for a while. I didn't like it because I fell off the back of the truck, off the tarp. I didn't like that shit. And then it broke my back. But then from that, I hauled tankers. Tankers ain't bad neither. But tankers, it moves on. You gotta be careful with tankers. I did tankers for 2.5 years. I did a year. I did a year and a half with Linden Bolt, and I did a year with Quality Carriers. So, but when I did that, I was running. I was running the road when I did all that. Back and forth to Texas, Iowa, Sacramento, California, Louisiana, Virginia, a lot of Virginia, a lot of North Carolina, a couple of, I went to Atlanta twice. Never been it's crazy. I've been driving going on 29 years, going on 30 years. Never been to Florida. It's crazy. Never been to Florida. Oh, XPO is now RXO? Okay. Yeah, but before it was XPO, it was Conway Central Express. And I drove for Conway 8 years pulling doubles. So, but after going on 30 years of driving, I'd never been to Florida. That's crazy. I've never been to Florida after 30 years of driving. That's the only state I never drove in. Was Florida. I've been as far as Atlanta, but I've never been to Florida. That's crazy. Never been to Florida. Some old billionaire, and what he does, he buys companies and he rebuilds them and he sells them. So he even bought a company used to be called. They used to be over with FedEx out in North. I forgot the name of. He ended up buying them and sold them out to FedEx. But Conway, he ended up buying Conway, switched the name to XPO, and then he ended up selling them off. And now you saying that they that? Yeah, XPO is not RXO. Yeah, I've been in the industry for yeah. Good morning, Cream Virginia. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for stopping by. I've been in the industry for a while, man. Right. I never drove to Florida though. Never drove to Florida. I done been all over these states. Never stepped in Florida, man. Never stepped in Florida. I don't drove a million miles. Forget about it. Since I've been, I probably put about 2 million miles. I don't know. Got way over a million miles on my belt right now. As I always say, I'd rather have a million miles than a million subscribers. Because a million miles, I can take that with me. A million miles, I can definitely put it in the time. So you get out here, truck industry, tell everybody, get a year, learn the industry, man. Learn the game, at least have you 20 to grand in the bank. If you go buy your own truck, that much fuel for maintenance, for food. Make sure you got your bills covered. Make sure you don't have no money. They off the word of income and make a lot of money. They out there not understand that it's not made up. I've been out here for years. I look I love I already know what happened. I'm pretty much sure y'all put a match right now. See all the trainers out. This is a match. Coming out. Respect, so we can keep this world moving, man. We on the ground running. All right, so I'm not in the